It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, it's showtime, or it's showtime. What's happening, everybody? The Geno Jones Show. Hey, I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, and 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast in Los Angeles, where in a couple hours, the National Football League regular season will begin. The Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams at home in SoFi. Stadium is called SoFi Stadium. They say SoFi is so fly. So they are playing a home game. Inglewood, California, right out by LAX, playing this team that a lot of folks are picking to win the Super Bowl. I mean, they're good, but damn, really? The Buffalo Bills. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. So they got this kid, listen, this white kid, Josh Allen. He ain't no joke. But he ain't Patrick Mahomes. And we ain't going to talk about the LOAT, the luckiest of all time, Tom Shady Brady, whose wife Giselle said, listen, damn it, you said that your ass was going to stop playing football and be a daddy, damn it, and spend some time with me. So apparently, according to all the trades, all the entertainment news sites and gossip sites, Miss Giselle Bundchen, supermodel, she's left the Brady compound. Oh, it's serious, man. When your wife leave you and the kids, she like, okay, you know what I'm not going to do. Now, for damn, your ass been playing for 25 years. So what we not going to do, you're not going to stick me at home with these kids. Your son is a damn near teenager. So your ass need to stay here and start going and taking them into some of his games. Just reenacting here, my acting skills. I'm displaying them because my guest is a filmmaker, and she has her own network. As a matter of fact, TV shows, movies. So we're going to talk to Loreta. I'm really excited to have her on the show, Loreta Green Warren, shortly. So let me segue here. Serious note. Queen Elizabeth II. She died today. Rest in peace, power, and paradise to Queen Elizabeth II. She was 96, so she ascended to the throne. That means she rose. She rose to the throne. She became the queen. Wow. 70 years ago, way back in, can you believe that? Do the math. So it's like 22. Yeah, 1952. 1952. Served for 70 years. She was born in 1926. Her son, Prince Charles, the one with the big ears that cheated on Diana, whose wife looked like his mama, Camilla. I'm just saying. Come on, y'all. Y'all remember people would, I'm not the only one that said that, and it ain't okay, I wasn't joking. It might have been funny, but it was real. Come on. He was cheating on, it was like he was cheating on his wife with his grandmother. But you know what? It's funny. Now, because she looked like she was probably 80 then, so she hadn't aged, because she still looks old now. And now he's not the prince. Let me get it right. He is now, according to Buckingham Palace, you are now to address him as His Majesty. He is now King Charles III of England. I never got with this monarchy thing, so I got a full disclosure. I never got into it. I don't understand it. Look, I don't believe in no king. Ain't no kings and queens. I don't get down like that. Just, not really. I mean, I know in Africa we had kings and queens, but look, I ain't bound to nobody. Listen, that's not me. But from everything that I've read, I've heard, and I've watched her since I've been alive, she's always operated with a level of grace and elegance and dignity and compassion, except for the whole scene when, Prince Charles and Diana, because apparently she was the one Queen Elizabeth was the one that basically said, look, y'all need to go ahead and break up. And I understand, Prince Charles, now the King Charles, that's her son. And he was the heir to the throne. He'd been waiting on his mom to go ahead and just, you might want to go ahead and just step back. He didn't want her to die, but it's like, you sure you don't want to retire? She was like, nope, I'm going to hold on to this throne, this power, and all of it. Your ass can just sit here and wait. And that's what he did. But everything, like I said, everything I've heard and read, minus the whole situation with Diana, she was, she was just a remarkable woman. So all jokes aside, rest in power, peace, power, and paradise to Queen Elizabeth II. May she rest in peace. And now she can join her husband, who passed away I believe a couple of years ago. All right. Let me shout out this brother. You heard me mention his name if you watched the show yesterday. I don't know if I got the pronunciation correct. Francis Tiafoe. So it's like phonetically Tiafoe. Tiafoe. I said Tiafoe. See, I'm still messing up. Francis Tiafoe. Like Tiafoe. Tiafoe. Just phonetically. Get it right. Like I'm getting it right, G. Like Tiafoe. Tiafoe. That's it. So it's Francis Tiafoe. T-E-E. And I'm reading it, I'm looking at it, and I've written it out phonetically. Tiafoe. Francis Tiafoe. So congratulations. So he made it to the semifinals of the they call it the U.S. Open, United States Open, but the U.S. Open. So I rooted for Serena. She couldn't make it to the finals and win the championship. That would have been her 24th Grand Slam title, Grand Slam of the like major events: Wimbledon, U.S. Open, French Open, Australian Open. And then I was rooting for young Coco, 18-year-old Coco Gauff. The sister's bad, but she couldn't pull it off. And then this brother, and I forgot about him, because I'm not a huge, full disclosure, I'm not a huge tennis fan. I'm not into tennis like I am the Lakers or the Chicago White Sox that are crashing and burning. Oh my God, that's a whole nother different situation. And then Tony Russa, and then he's sick. They had to, I digress. Yes, but Tiafoe, Francis Tiafoe. Yes, he is doing his thing. So he made it to the semifinals. Now, if he wins the U.S. Open, he will be the first American player to win the U.S. Open since 2006, if I'm correct. Yes. And then he will be the first black man to win the U.S. Open since 1972, when Arthur Ashe won the U.S. Open, and the stadium that Francis Tiafoe, Tiafoe, Mr. Tiafoe, Francis Tiafoe is playing in, is named after Arthur Ashe Stadium. That's where he won last night. And if he wins the U.S. Open, he will win the U.S. Open in the stadium named after the first black man to win the U.S. Open. He would be the second. That would be a great story. Oh, my God, that would be a great story, wouldn't it? It sure would be. Happy birthday, Wiz Khalifa. His real name is Cameron Thomas. So Wiz is 35 today. Happy birthday, Wiz Khalifa. Shout out to all the Virgos out there. An actor from Chicago from the 312-773-708-847. Lorenz Tate is 47. So the ladies you all love and remember Lorenz Tate, especially like if you are at least, I'd say 40 and up, you remember a movie called Love Jones, right? Remember Love Jones? It was kind of set in Chicago, and they were doing the spoken word poetry thing, but they also you would see them stepping. So stepping is like this real cool dance that we invented and created in Chicago. So anyway, so Lorenz Tate was this young poet, and he fell in love with Nia Long. And the women is one of those, like, as they call them, chick flicks. I don't know, can we use that term in 2020, chick flicks? Is that offensive? I'm not trying to offend it, but y'all understand what I'm saying. One of them movies. And listen, it's not just a chick flick, because it was a great movie. I loved it. Haven't seen it in a while, but I still love it. So most people remember Lorenz Tate. He's actually got a twin brother, too. From Love Jones. He was also in Why Do Fools Fall in Love? He was in Dead Presidents, and he played O-Dog in the movie Menace to Society. So happy birthday to all those Virgos celebrating a birthday. All right, speaking of movies, so my guest, she is a wife, a mother, a filmmaker, and the owner of the Inspiration by Loreta Network. That's right, the sister has her own network. Look out, Oprah. She's here to talk about some of the shows on her network that you can watch on Roku TV. Let me go ahead and bring her on camera. Let me welcome Loreta Green Warren to the show. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Geno. How are you? I'm doing great.
I'm excited to get you on. We met some time ago. Let's shout out the person who kind of made sure our paths crossed. How is my sister doing?
Doing from
Monique.
last time Monique Howell. Yeah, I worked on a project. Actually worked on her film with Stephanie Green, and that's how we kind of met.
Right.
Yeah.
What was the name of that movie again?
Silver Lining.
Yes. So y'all support that. Go check it out. So man, congratulations. So listen, you got to share your story about how you became the owner of your own network.
Wow, it wasn't something that I kind of planned. Kind of grew into it. I started out as a poet. I started writing poetry in elementary school. Fell in love with it. The first poem I ever heard was Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. And I think I was in like second or third grade. And when the teacher was reading the poem, I could see it in my mind.
Wow.
Yeah. And from there, I started writing, and I just fell in love with storytelling and poetry. And I some years passed, got out of high school and everything, and published my first poetry book. And then my writing kind of evolved into children's stories, and I wrote my first novel. And then I started writing scripts. And now I got to give credit to Stephanie Green, because had I not met her, I don't know if I would have found this area this soon. Well, I'm over 40, so it's, to some it might be late, but to me it's right on time.
Late, man, it ain't. Stop, man, please. Yeah, like you said, it's right on time.
Right on time. So I kind of fell into filmmaking. I started out doing video poetry because I loved poems, and I was like, well, I want to give people a visual of what I'm trying to say. Because when you read poetry, sometimes you don't necessarily get the understanding of it if you're not into poetry. So I wanted to give people a visual. So I started doing the video poetry, met Stephanie, worked on some project with her, and then started turning my stories into scripts. And now I'm making my own films. And from there, I wanted a place to, I wanted people to be able to go somewhere to see my stories, to be blessed by, or to receive the messages within the stories that I tried to tell. And the usual route for an independent, because I'm an independent filmmaker, the usual route for an independent filmmaker is cruise the film festival circuits, submit your films to this place and that place and all of that stuff. And so I just had the idea of why I want to get my films in front of people. So why not create my own platform where people can have access to the work that I create? I don't want to go through different channels to be able to give people what I want to give them. I've always been one to create my own opportunities. And so that's what I did by figuring out how to start my own film and entertainment network. And that gave birth to IBL Network, which is the Inspiration by Loreta Network, which screens live on Roku. It wasn't easy, but I'm so excited about it. I told God what I wanted. He said I could have it, and here we are. I'm doing it.
So when did you launch the network?
I launched the network this year. This February 2022 is when I actually launched the network, when it went live.
Wow!
So
congratulations.
yeah.
And people can find the network on Roku TV.
Roku.
I know a lot of people have Roku TV now.
Right. If you have Roku TV or a Roku device, you can add the channel and you can watch all of the content on there for free. So
wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
That's for free, people. For free. You can just go ahead and watch.
That is, man. Listen, you can't beat free. What's better than free?
And myself and my crew and the actors, we work really hard to create good content that will inspire people, because I came from nothing. I was raised what people would consider poor. We didn't have a lot, but I always believed that there was more out there for me. And so I didn't let where I came from dictate where I was going, or I didn't let, my motto is, I will never let what I don't have stop me from doing what I can do, because as an independent filmmaker, it requires a lot to make a film. I don't have a lot because I don't have a company backing me other than my company. I don't have investors backing me. Everything is off my own muscle. And I'm proud of that. Like, I used to be kind of ashamed of, like, gosh, I'm just a little bitty filmmaker. I'm just a little girl out here trying to make things happen. But God said, what are you ashamed of? You're doing it. That's the first step to anything. Is first I had a vision. I believed in the vision, and then I went out there and made it happen because I can.
And Loreta, that's your superpower. You and I were talking about this off camera right before we did the show. As Black people, that's our superpower.
Yes.
We've always had, very, very, very few of us have had any kind of silver. Hell, we didn't even have a rusty spoon.
Right. And still,
some folks come up with the silver spoon in their mouth. Hell, we were lucky to have a spoon.
Right. These are our spoons right here.
A silver, a wooden, a rusty one, a plastic spoon, any kind of spoon.
Any kind of spoon. So with or without the spoon, as African Americans, we still make things happen. And I love that about us. We are so resilient. And anything, I always believe that anything, and then the Bible tells us anything is possible for he who believes. Everything that is once was just a thought. Somebody had to think about it, and then they had to believe in it enough to make it what it is today. And so I believe in me. I believe in the visions that were placed in me. I believe in the gifts that God has given me, and I use them to do what I believe I was put here to do.
Preach, Pastor. Sound like you've been watching one of my sermons on the Geno Jones Show.
Yes.
I always say, I don't gamble, but they say in Vegas, always bet on Black, and I say in life, always bet on you.
That's right.
Always bet on yourself. Because there's one thing that you can do that nobody else can do. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Oprah. I don't care. You can name and Ava DuVernay, all the great filmmakers, Spike Lee. There's one thing that none of them can do, as Tyler Perry, as accomplished as they are, and shout out. And I have not just respect, but admiration and love for all of them. But there's one thing that you can do better than all of them. And that's being the best version of yourself.
That's right. That's right.
Nobody can beat you being the best
at being
version
you. That's right.
Of you.
And what I like to try to get people to understand is that, and I believe this for myself, is that I'm trying to go somewhere, right? I'm running a race, but I'm running my own race. I'm not racing against anybody. And there's a finish line. I know that at some point I will get to that finish line, no matter how fast I go, how slow I go, how many times I stop. My finish line is still going to be my finish line.
Yes.
And even if somebody surpasses my finish line, their finish line before I get to mine, I'm not racing against them. So I don't have to beat the next person. I don't have to cut them off at the pass. I don't have to do any of that. All I got to do is run my race. Because they always say, like, horses never win a race by looking back or, trying to see who's beside and who's behind them. You keep moving forward and doing what you were created to do, and you'll get there. And when you get there, what a celebration it'll be, because you made it.
That's right.
So,
Run your race.
Run your race.
Run. And something else that I like to say, I say it a lot because I'm a motivational speaker, inspirational speaker also, is that never live anyone else's dream.
Right. Right.
Never.
You got your own. You got enough of your own.
And that just feeds into what you were saying. Run your race. Just because somebody gets to their destination before you, well, but you don't know where they started. And you don't know what helped. So that's not your race. Stay in your lane. You can use them as inspiration or motivation.
Right.
But that ain't your race.
Exactly.
Run your race. Focus on being the best version of yourself. Because when you get there, and when you get to that finish line, because when you get to that finish line, the race ain't over. Usain Bolt, when he won his first race, that wasn't it. He kept running his race until he retired.
That's right.
So you gonna keep running. It's gonna be a lot of finish lines. It ain't just
it is a lot. Exactly.
No,
you got a lot.
I made it to this one. Bet this feels good. All right, let's do it again. Let's do it even better. Man, come on. I got to push back on one thing you said. You said you came from nothing. You came from something. You came from a lot. Now, it may not have been a lot materialistically. Maybe your mom and dad may not have had a lot of money in the bank. You may not have had the biggest home with 10,000 square feet, but apparently you had a lot because they gave you a lot.
They gave me a lot.
Morals.
That's so true.
You are a reflection of the people that poured and invested, not money, but time and wisdom and nurturing and love and guidance and discipline.
Yes.
So
and my
they
mom
were
was very
rich.
disciplined.
See, we get it twisted. Yes, money is important. I talk about that with parenthood and fatherhood. Same thing with motherhood. When your kids are young, they have no concept of money. They don't ask you for money until we teach them that foolishness.
Right.
They ask for mommy or daddy. Right. What do kids want? They want your time.
They want your time and attention. Yeah.
That's what they want. Because you can't put a price on that.
That's right. You can't buy that. You can't pay for it.
That's right. And I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how many TV shows and reality shows and everything. And I don't care if your mama and daddy had a whole bunch of money. Time and attention. So if you got 20 kids by 18 different baby mamas, I ain't throwing shade at nobody, but I'm just telling it like it is. That's just me saying. It just you can't clone yourself yet. They working on it. But kids need your time and attention. But hey, live your life. I ain't judging nobody. It's just my thing. I take parenthood and fatherhood very serious.
It's a serious matter.
And I evolved. But one thing I understood, thanks to my mother who's watching and my grandparents, because they made the time. We didn't have a lot of money, but they had time and attention, and they poured so much into me. They invested just so much of their time and attention and love and affection and guidance and discipline and nurturing. For me to be standing here in front of you doing my own TV show, I'm a product of Gene Jones, who I'm named after, and Conway Jones, my grandfather, and my mother, who's white. And my mother would tell you the same thing. My mom was a young mom, so it's like my grandparents raised all of us. Like, it was still raising her, it raised me and my two younger sisters. So, you came from something. Just because it wasn't a whole bunch of money, you came from something. I had to just go ahead and click something. So, before I lose your live shot, let's talk about some of the TV shows on your network. And I know there's one that you really wanted to focus on. We talked about Organized Chaos. We got a clip.
Yes.
You want to set this clip up so we can show it to the viewers?
All right, so Organized Chaos, this hot new series, is an IBL Network exclusive new series that's coming to the network this fall, and it's about organized crime. It's about organized crime, but it's a good series. You gotta watch it. You got to check it out.
Okay, so here's a clip. Let's take a look at it, everybody.
All in, call a raise, that's more chips. Can never have shit if you never take risks. Mostly by myself, but I hang with a small clique. 50
Let her
round
go
drums.
and get the hell off my property.
Look, you don't know what the fuck you just did.
Take two. Hey, good to see you all.
Who are you?
I'm a religious woman. Yeah. Appreciate it.
You a drug dealer?
No,
Guy named
Zeke.
Yeah. You know him?
Yes, girl, he is bad news.
Don't think he knew his. Shouldn't be wrong. We got just the woman for the job. No, man. Yeah. Don't worry about it, though. She's gonna get it done, though.
Oh, what's up, fellas? The queen is back and ready to fuck shit up.
I see you got a situation.
Yeah, it's definitely a situation. I don't know what to do.
If anything was to happen to you, you know, I'ma light it up. I'ma take her out. Yeah, think about that.
Ladies, look, no mistakes. We only got one shot, or it's all over for us.
Looks like we got a situation.
Hey. Oh, damn. Give me the bag. What I'm gonna do with the body? You dead? Yeah, you dead. You don't see fucking leaking, man. What you want me to do? Throw his ass in the river. I don't give a fuck.
Let me reintroduce myself. Hi, bitch. I'm Chaos.
She's not just a housewife. She was ready. She's a real sister. How about that?
Wow. So it looked like you had some of the Wakanda sisters up in. So you want to tell everybody something about the scene they just saw?
Yeah, so what Organized Chaos is about is that the young lady, her name is Zavia, aka Chaos, and what happened is her brother was a elite mob boss, but she wasn't involved in that life, and he protected her and their family from that life. He was killed by a what do you call him,
Like a rival.
a rival. He was killed by a rival, and now this rival is trying to pull his sister into the life, trying to bring her into his organization. So her brother Diesel, who was killed, he's deceased, but he's still aiding her from beyond the grave.
Wow.
So yeah, so he's kind of helping her to kind of navigate to protect her and her family from these guys who are trying to pull her into this life. So it's a really interesting story, and we're going to watch it unfold and see what happens. Rather not she gets pulled in, and rather not she keeps the throne, or rather she lets her opposing team have the throne. So it's really interesting. There's a lot of fun to watch.
So which one was Chaos? Was she the one with the short blonde hair?
Yes.
I just kind of felt she just looked like Chaos.
Right. She just listen, when I casted for that, I sought her out, because when I saw her, I was like, that's Chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
you did a good job casting that role, because I called that one off the bat. We hadn't even
right. So I did a good job casting, and she embodies that character so freaking well that I'm like, oh my God. When I wrote this thing, I had no idea that I'd find somebody that would embody that character so well. But she has done an amazing job so far, and I'm so looking forward to everything that will come with this series. So it's very exciting.
Well, I'm looking forward too. So new episodes every week.
It will be new episodes every week, starting in end of October and November.
Oh, great!
Is when we'll actually launch the series, and you can start watching it from there. And we'll be putting out teasers and everything leading up to the release of the premiere of the the first episode.
All right, so I'm going to produce the show in real time, one of my next shows. So, Loretta, I want you to come back. When you guys get ready to have a season premiere, I want you to come back with chaos. I want I want chaos on camera.
We're going to have her in the building, okay?
Yeah, she can come unarmed,
Right.
No weapons. We don't need the weapons, chaos. Just come with your own fire and heat, but leave the heat.
Leave the heat at home.
And listen, so there are other TV shows on our network. Before we lose your live shot, let everybody know where they can go and look at your content right now, and where they can follow you on social media.
Okay, so make sure to add IBL Network on your Roku TV or device. If you don't have a Roku device, don't worry about it. You can still watch What's Screaming live on the network by going to iblnetwork.org and click on the live page, and you can watch what's playing on the network live. Now, but the only disadvantage to watching it on iblnetwork.org is that you don't get the Netflix feature, because on our channel you can watch what you want, when you want, as often as you want, anytime you want. So we have a Netflix feature, or you can watch What's Screaming live on the network. You can also watch it on my website, inspirationbyloreta.com, and go to our IBL Network page on that website, and you can also watch What's Screaming live. If you want to if you want to be a part of or keep up with everything I have going on, check me out on Facebook, Loreta Green Warren, Instagram, Inspiration by Loreta, YouTube, go to Inspiration by Loreta Films, and you can see some of the we have some films there. We also have some teasers and little bit of something for everybody. So and then also, if you have a child that is interested and you're interested in getting them excited about reading, check out one of my children's books. Go to Amazon. There is Sable the Black Unicorn. There's also How My Brother Saved Christmas, which is a holiday book, and the holiday season's coming up, so check that out. Just kind of Google me and you find out everything you need to know. So I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, everything Inspiration by Loreta or Loreta Green Warren.
All right, so I got about 30 seconds. So now we talked about this table read. I'm an actor too, so I'm ready for this table read. So we're gonna have to talk off camera, but I'm saying it on camera, so I got witnesses. So
listen, I'm ready to bring you on the team. Come.
Hey, listen, you may want to have like a little cameo.
Absolutely.
This season of organized chaos. Come on. I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I wasn't in the game, but whatever. Hey, we gonna make it happen. Okay. We gonna bring you in. Well, I am ready. Listen, Loreta Green Warren, thank you. She is the owner of Inspiration by Loreta Network. You want to check it out, her network on Roku TV. Loreta, thank you so much. Congratulations. And so listen, your season premiere, I'm serious. We're going to run it back, and you'll let me know the date. We'll run it back.
Sir.
And you can bring some of the other, but definitely you got to come back with chaos.
Got to come back with chaos. Yes, absolutely.
We'd love to hear her share her story too. Thank you so much. Thank you, Loreta.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
What an inspirational story. Man, listen, told you, when you put your mind, listen, nobody can beat you being the best version of yourself, man. Always bet on yourself. Always bet on yourself. And even though she had, just like just to have the Geno Jones show, be consistent. As a matter of fact, my 2-year anniversary is coming up next month. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that later. But the point I'm trying to make is that when you really have to grind and do something, and when it's not handed to you and you have to overcome obstacles, that's your superpower. It just makes you that much stronger, that much greater, and just that you feel invincible because you've overcome so much, so you can handle anything. It's like, man, if you know what I had to go through just to get here, the rest is easy. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. the regular season grand opener. They don't call it that, but the season opener of the National Football League tonight out in Los Angeles. The LA Rams, Super Bowl champions, Buffalo Bills. All right. And Roger Goodell owners, y'all need to cut me a check for co-signing like that. Anyway, shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist of the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram, Kel B Cutting Up, KelBeCuttinup. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. I call her the drip director. You can check her out on Instagram. It's L like Lexi, X like extra, dot, N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi. LX dot NCL underscore, a little dash at the bottom, underscore after the LX dot NCL. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is tomorrow, Friday. Yay! We don't say Friday here. We say Friday edition of the Geno Show. Oh, by the way, big announcement. Marcus Allen. So he's going to have a video release celebration here, North Charleston, South Carolina, at the Blue Note Bistro, 7550 Dorchester Road, 7550 Dorchester Road, tomorrow night, 8 p.m., the unveiling. So my plan is to get Marcus to come on before he goes down to the Blue Note, because I will be the host and MC. But we're going to try to get, I'm trying to get Marcus to come back on, to run it back, and we can debut the video of his single that is, I think, like in the UK, I think it's like top 3. It's like in the top 20 here in America. Slide, it is The Joint. Shout out to his producer, Beats by Sean Dobie, Chameleons Music. And of course, when you see the video, you're going to see a little cameo appearance. That's right, not the king. I'm not the king. I'm the king! The king of MCs. I'm not MCing, but you'll see what I'm doing, so you'll check it out. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching. If you're not watching me live right now, if you are, shout out to Groove Master Dre. Thank you, Mother, and everybody else. Oh, thank you. Inspiration by Loreta Network Films. Her whole team is watching. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. I love each and every one of you. I really do. Rest in peace once again to Queen Elizabeth II. We'll see you Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, live. Please subscribe. Tell everybody you know, everybody that you like, everybody that you love, folks you're not even that crazy about, folks you can't stand, even folks you can't hate, strangers. Man, if you see an alien from outer space land on your front lawn, tell them that they need to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show, the Geno Jones YouTube channel. Do it for me right now. Go in your contacts and tell 25 people to subscribe to the channel right now. Thanks, everybody. And as always, be blessed. Pray for peace. Thanks for watching. Once again, thanks to Loretta that came on, Loretta Green Warren.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.